All right, there we go. Should be live.
All right.
I think. Going through an ad now, so it must be live. All right, so welcome to the Fairy Frequency channel, folks, with special guest, beautiful sister Tam Bear, whose link you can find in our description box. If you don't have her yet, you definitely want to make connections with Tam. She's an amazing supporter. She's got great videos, wonderful content over there too. So, and also she reads oracle cards with me during the week. So we're really excited that you're here for our monthly Dreamers chat. And if it's your first time here, please make sure that you definitely smash the like and press that big red button and the little bell so that you get all of our channel notifications. And of course, we're always glad you've joined us tonight and today or afternoon, whatever it turned out to be for you. So if you've missed any of the previous episodes or of the series, which we originally called the Dreamcast, and now we're just doing it as a Dream Chat. So we have stashed away all of those previous streams in our original collaborative playlist titled Dreams and Visions. And then also, if you're looking for more information on dreams, we're working on the book Exploring the World of Lucid Dreaming. And you can find both of those playlists on our playlist tab and also find all of the videos of The Good Sisters Live in our original playlist titled The Good Sisters Live. So, welcome everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Welcome. I know Jan was here. Cuddly Kathy. Welcome, Cuddly Kathy. Welcome, Jan's Life Journey. Faye Productions. Welcome, Mystic Angel Christina.
Yeah, welcome everyone. If you guys want to share it out, that'd be great too. If you can.
We really are just doing a chat tonight, so we'll just kind of go with what we know and talk about some of our dreams. I'm going to talk about one of my silly dreams that I had today, where I ended up running into or meeting Bill Cosby, only he was a lot younger. But and then Tam's going to talk about some of her dreams too, right, Tam?
Yep.
So how are you guys doing tonight?
That's the plan. Yeah, and if you guys want to tell us about any dreams, we like to hear yours too.
Yeah, I feel like the exploring the world of lucid dreaming is really helping me with dream recall for sure. I need a light.
It's very much helping me. I need to work on it more. But I was recalling a lot more with those exercises.
Yeah, they're excellent. The exercises are really, really nice. I felt like I definitely saw improvement. Need to start the week over again, probably, and keep working on it. But more of it is dream journaling too. I noticed that the dream journaling is actually very, very powerful. Like forgetting about writing, like you think, well, I'll just remember it. But it's a lot harder than that. In fact, I read somewhere that as soon as your feet hit the ground, you're grounded and you lose that dream state. For some, anyways, it's hard. For others, it comes easy. So it just kind of depends on who you are, I guess.
Yeah, I've been having a lot of nightmares, so I tried to combat that. I'm trying to learn how to not have so many. I have other dreams too, but I just need to get more nightmares. So.
Have you had a nightmare dream recently?
Yep. But the Turkish, I guess, did studies, and if you sleep on your left side, and that's probably what's going on, then you get more nightmares on your left side. But there's other like a dream pillow. I want to do that, and then like you said, the journal, which I started, and well, I already had one, but I had it it was kind of random. So I got a new one that I'm gonna fix for just all of this year. And then your lucid dreaming exercises are helping a lot. So
Right. And you guys, if you missed any of that, those are in the lucid, exploring the world of lucid dreaming. Uh, that's this book.
have a good night, Mystic Angel Christina.
Oh, good night, darling.
Yeah, I need to. Is
You
that the
can
one with the
always,
exercises? I probably need to buy that.
oh, this is a great book. It really is. There's
I
another
should
one
buy
too,
that
though.
one. That one.
He wrote lucid dreaming too. So, and I don't know if I've read
Mom
that
might
one.
even have that. I'm not sure.
I don't know if I own a copy of that, but I managed to get my hands on this copy, and it's great for all the exercises. But
I'm
if you've
not
missed
sure.
any of the exercises
I just learned that
and you want to
today.
check those out, you can find them also on our community tab. We share them as polls, and there's a picture in there too. If you look at it on a PC, I know you can enlarge it, and then you can write all those down. It shows you Monday through or Sunday through Saturday, um, your dreamers exercises. So basically, you just ask yourself, like what we're on tonight is Thursday, right? So Thursdays, these are targets. So they're basically, it comes with the critical state test. I forgot to put that down here. So what you want to do is you want to make yourself a little card like this. I just cut this out of one of the kids' they got a drone for Christmas, and this was part of their cardboard box. So I just cut it out of there and made it like into like a business card size. Sorry. Sometimes I get to talking too fast. And then
Me too.
yeah, you just write "Am I dreaming" in big bold letters. I used a Sharpie to do that. And then you just keep it. And whenever something seems out of the ordinary, like say, just it seems like a deja vu, or if you just feel like something is just not quite right, or if you have any sense of losing time, that is a good time to ask yourself, "Am I dreaming?" So, I mean, it seems kind of silly because you're walking around saying it. Of course, you don't have to say it out loud if you're in public. That might be a little bit strange for other people around you, but to think about it at least whenever something strange comes up, to start saying it in your mind while you're in your waking state actually helps you remember to say it while you're in your dream state. So today is Thursday, right? So here's one moment when I should ask, "Am I dreaming?" Because I'm in a sort of like loss of time. Like if you forget what day it is, or if you can't remember what happened a few minutes ago, then that's definitely a time when you would ask yourself. So here on Thursday, the exercises went like this. So every time you see, the next time I read something other than this list, then you ask yourself, "Am I dreaming?" The next time I check the time, "Am I dreaming?" The next time I notice myself daydreaming, "Am I dreaming?" And the next time I hear the telephone ringing, "Am I dreaming?" Or nowadays it's the cell phone ringing, really. So yeah, those are your it's critical state testing and target practice. Those are the targets for your dailies. But you can find those on our community tab too. And if you can't see the picture good enough, just go down and look for the polls, and you can copy them off the polls too. Except you don't have to put the every time I see a very frequency post. I just added that because it lets you have up to 5. And sometimes people see the polls better than they do the actual video shares and posts. It's a strange thing, the community tab. And I got to tell you, Faye, while we're on that subject, as soon as we got our community tab, I was really excited about it because I had written YouTube about some of the problems with the bells on ringing and having trouble staying connected with our fan base. So I thought maybe they granted it to me as like, to pacify me kind of thing. And so I was really excited about it. And then we started figuring out that they were handing it out to a lot of people that had hit 1,000K. So, and Tam got hers too, which uh, didn't downplay it at all. I mean, I kept on working on it and I just didn't see a whole lot of response. In fact, we still are not seeing a whole lot of response over there. So it's all, I suppose, algorithms, whether you're getting the notifications. But pop in and check our community tab every once in a while. And if you leave a comment, we always, little secret, we jump from the community tab faster to your channel, faster than the comment section. We'll answer to the community tab before we get to the comment section. So um, definitely get over there and leave us a comment somewhere.
Yeah, the community tab's pretty awesome.
You get pretty good people coming over there. You got a lot of people talking about your community tab, don't you?
Yeah,
Tam?
it works pretty good. I need to work on mine more. Yours looks really nice though, like with the dreaming exercises and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Other
I
people who
post,
have it, I try to comment on all theirs too, so that they'll come back too.
yeah.
But there's probably some of my friends I don't even know that they have one. I just hadn't noticed, or they don't post anything. I'm not sure. Looking for my one dream I wrote down.
That's cool, Jan. Did you see what Jan said?
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, I've been battling them since I was a kid. They say that like people with sleep apnea, restless leg syndrome have them, or depression. I don't get too depressed, but it's like super busy here, so I just I go with the flow. That's what I tell people when they ask you if you're depressed. I'm like, I'm kind of too busy to be depressed.
We actually did
I'm
two
having
shows
fun
on
with.
nightmares too. So, and Tam, you remember in one of the shows we talked about how one of the Aborigine tribes believes that whenever something like is bothering you in a nightmare, they confront it. They get right on it and confront it because uh,
Yeah, and
sometimes it turns out to be like
that's what I
not really that scary. Like something you would think is scary, it turns out to be really like a nice thing. you know?
yeah, I just read tonight that you can rewrite the ending. It's supposed to help, you know, after you write it down or what, rewrite it, but write it down. So like, or talk about it too,
Like a bad dream.
as
Oh,
well.
is the dream recurring?
Yeah. Um, Sometimes like this one I'm trying to find right now. I wrote it all down. I'll just have to try to remember it if I can't find it. But it was about bats. But they were like rabid, blood sucking bats. Like, and I like bats and everything, so I don't really know where that one came from. But that one wasn't reoccurring, so. But I apparently have lost it somewhere. I put it, which is good because I have the dream, because I'm not very organized. I have a lot of writings and a lot of paper. Like, whoa.
Yeah, Jan, I know we get that a lot. I think that that happens with a lot of our people. And so, and then they forget about us. Maybe they forget our name or they just don't think about us. And so they don't show up. I mean, we fought it before when we were first starting out. We had a pretty good ratio of male to female um, viewers, which is great. I mean, that's exactly what you want. And then at some point, we dropped our male viewers down to like 7%. But at the same time, that was it was not reflecting in the comments because like we had people that were male viewers, lots of male viewers that were still over here commenting. So I think the numbers are wrong and the bells are all wrong too. So the only thing I can suggest is that if you really love a channel, you got to make sure you check that bell every time you go over there. And we do that whenever we go to your channel.
And
We
that's
do a
another
regular
one.
bell check on everybody's channel
Another,
because believe it or
yep,
not, your bells are getting
checking the
unrung
bells.
too, folks. It is happening.
That's another thing they said. And I don't even drink milk, but dairy causes a lot
Mm,
of nightmares and dairy products.
cheese is a big one.
But I don't even drink milk, but I do have yogurt and stuff. So. And cheese. Yes, cheese causes nightmares. So I do eat too much cheese. But I have been dieting, so I'm doing pretty good. I lost about 7 pounds.
Did you see what Faye Productions said about your bats?
Yes, I love bats. Yeah. I hear you on that one. Yeah, I didn't understand why they were out to get me. Like we've hung out with I've had bats, they get bugs right above my head. I'm not scared of them.
Do you remember
They go
when we had
fast.
that bat get
I'm
in our
usually
house? I think you were pretty little, the bat that came in the house.
I think so.
And we
Yeah,
caught it
we've
in a
grown up
fish
with
net. Like we caught it
oh,
with a fish net and then we took it outside and it went in you remember that little thermometer that we had out there on the wall? And it went and lived under
yeah.
it. That was a neat bat.
Yep.
It was kind of our pet bat. It had been in our house at least once.
Yeah, I do have a lot of animal ones. Like one, and it was quite a long time ago. I think it was even before I had kids. This coyote, like our house was burning, like our parents' house, and there was a coyote out there, and I was trying to save him because he was gonna get burnt, but he was out, like outside, of the house, but like everything was burning, and I don't know. But I do have a lot of animals that come in my dreams, though,
Right.
and I
And we
love coyotes.
studied
We were
spirit
raised around coyotes
too.
too.
So, in fact, that was one of the dreaming exercises too. So, if you want to work on something like in some of these later chapters, we're starting to learn in the exploring the world of lucid dreaming, we're starting to learn more about how to make the lucid dreams work for us in our regular life. So, um, from everything from your profession to your, just daily life. So, and it's possible to make those changes, like whatever you want to do, things that you might be blocked, like say you're afraid to sing in front of thousands of people, but you want to sing in front of thousands of people, so you might try to have a lucid dream where you're actually in the midst of 1,000 people and they're all giving you good response and encouragement. And if they're not giving you good response and encouragement, then that's the point where you need to spin and you spin your own dream. Or you can shake. Other people say you can shake too, or spin. I think I probably shake better than I would spin because spinning makes me pretty dizzy. But yeah, you can
I
use
never
that
got
when
any
you
headlights from bats before.
like
Dan's
when
like
you
dreaming.
realize you're lucid though. Did you come to that terms at all yet, Tam, where you realize you're lucid?
I don't think I really have, but I'm working on it. I'm getting closer.
When you get to the point where you can
Oh,
say
I
to
have the
yourself,
weirdest dreams, but for some reason I think it's real. Like it seems really real. When I'm dreaming, I haven't been able to, ask myself, am I dreaming?
no, Jan, it's
But I just made
hats cause headlights.
hats. That's funny.
Sorry, I'm just it's
That's
late.
cause
Already starting to get
I've had
stuff
bats fly over my
happening.
head. They never gave me any headlights, so I don't know. That's hilarious though.
I actually got headlights once. When I got headlights, it was from a concert, from a mosh pit. Ah, that's always fun. Good times.
Yeah.
I'm allergic to them too, so if they get on my head, I'm like instantly know it, and also that makes me itch just thinking about it. so, uh, okay, so you want to hear about this silly dream that I had recently? Actually, it was today. I had this silly dream. I always have the silliest dreams. And okay, so in our dreaming exercises, we're learning too to notice things in our dreamscape that are odd, which is why you would ask yourself, am I dreaming when something's odd? Because you're testing it's called a critical state test. So you're testing your critical state of awareness, whether you're awake or asleep, whether you're unconscious or you're in dream. So, uh, there were so many times when I should have noticed. Like, okay, so I'm in this like strange apartment building. I had found this really cool old Gibson guitar. And it was just the strangest guitar. It was really cool color. It was kind of coppery looking and it was shiny. So I always dream in color too, and I see very vivid colors, especially with this guitar. It had a little bit of like a milk bone white that went around the edges, and it was a hollow body. Now it was broken, but I thought it could be fixed. And those of you that know us pretty well know that my husband, Father Frequency, is an amazing guitar player. And he's also a home for wayward guitars. So I was thinking, great, since I found this guitar, I'm going to have to give it to him and he can fix it up. Like, it's going to be that Gibson that had a bad day kind of thing. So I get the guitar and like I go out of wherever I was, this room that I was in that I must have found the guitar in. And because I don't really remember the beginning part, it was like I just kind of began there. So at that point, I should have said to myself, am I dreaming? Because how did I get there? And also, I don't find a guitar every day. So there's another one where I should have said, am I dreaming? So I go into the next room, which is required because I have to go through that room to get to the stairs to go down to the car. And um, as I'm coming out of the room, I realize there's like a band jamming in that room. And it just happens to be Bill Cosby's band, which is pretty funny. And it wasn't like Bill Cosby now. It was like Bill Cosby back in like, the Huxtable days. If any of you watch the Cosby Show, then you know what I'm talking about. So so it's Bill Cosby for men. And he says to me, hey, that's a really cool guitar. And I was like, oh yeah, I just found it. And he's like, wow. He goes, can I see it? And I was like, I didn't know that you even played guitar. And he was like, yeah, I play guitar. And so he wanted to look at it. So I was going to let him see it. And he goes, I'll tell you what. He goes, I'll give you an entire recording studio right now for this guitar. And I go, oh, well, actually, my husband, Father Frequency, plays guitar. And I really wanted to show it to him first. And he was like, well, then I want to meet him too. And I'm like, okay. So I take the guitar back, but then as I'm exiting the building, I realize that our one of our oldest daughters, well, we have two daughters that are older, but one is the oldest one, anyways. The oldest one has gotten into this fight with another apartment downstairs, and she's gotten really strange, like all kinds of bossy and gangster like, and is like really just yelling at these people and telling them off. And so, anyway, she ended up outside and the cops were coming. And I'm like, you need to get in the car. And the girl was like, I called the cops. She's yelling down from the apartment. And our daughter's hair was like completely blonde, which her hair is, she has dark hair, but a lot of times she has dyed it different colors. So, anyways, at the point, her hair is like platinum blonde, really, really bright blonde. And I'm like, uh, shoot, what are you going to do? You're going to have to dye your hair. And then I woke up. So, but there's so many points when I should have said, am I dreaming? Because, like, for one, this is Bill Cosby in his younger days. He doesn't even look like that now. And also, Bill Cosby plays guitar in a band. What? So, all of those should have been points in my dream where I should have said, am I dreaming? And then caught myself and become lucid at that point. And a lot of people say that when you catch yourself and you do become lucid, you start to lose it again too. Because as soon as you say, oh, I'm dreaming because I'm talking to Bill Cosby, then Bill Cosby will say, oh, no, we've known each other for years. And then you'll think, oh, it's completely normal. Like he's trying to keep you in the kind of the matrix of the dream, if you will. So where you don't know that you're lucid at all. Because as soon as you're lucid and you realize that you're dreaming, you can fly. You can do whatever you want. I mean, anything. And you can also bring that back into the waking state, that same feeling of accomplishment. Welcome, Sawyer's World. How are you? Good to see you here. So, anyways, that's my silly Billy. That's my silly Bill Cosby story.
All right, I'm back now. I had to go relieve him for a minute, so I'll have to go back out there. But no, I'll have to listen to your dream later. But I
Oh, I
heard part of
told
it
you
earlier.
earlier,
So.
though. You remember it? I told you before we
Yep.
started.
I know. That's what I'm saying. But I'll rewatch the show anyway.
But
So.
see, also, here's something weird. I didn't write it down, but I kept the memory, which is amazing that I kept the memory after
Oh, that's good.
writing
Is
my.
that from doing the exercises?
Huh?
Is that from doing the exercises?
I think it's because I was asleep and then woke up and then went back to sleep, is what happened.
Oh,
That,
okay.
when you're doing the lucid dreaming, another thing that they recommended, another exercise that they were recommending is that you put yourself on an alarm. So like when you go to sleep, the first 90 minutes of your sleep is a long, long dream. Usually you don't remember it. And it's like a big long REM thing, right? And then it shortens. It goes shortens down to like maybe it's like 60 minutes. So you got 90 minutes and 60 minutes, then 30 minutes, and then the last one is like 15 minutes. So if you can set yourself for the alarms for that, when you're sleeping. So like basically, okay, say you got to get up at 6:30. You would set yourself an alarm for 6:15 and then go back to sleep. And in that 15 minutes before your alarm goes off again, you're going to have a dream that you remember. That's where you're really going to remember it. But that's recommended too. The book also recommended too that you get up and put your feet on the ground when you wake up from that sitting. Like say, and it's hard to go back to sleep once you put your feet on the ground, but that'll help you if you can get back into that state of REM real quick. You're gonna remember that dream because it's only uh, a 15-minute dream, and that's the best one to remember. But really, we have like tons of dreams every night. We have like 16 dreams or more, and we don't remember any of them. That's crazy. Like there's a lot of
What these
people.
one people are saying was they started out with their dream recall and writing them down with their journals or whatever. And at first, it started out like 3 minute dreams that they could remember, and then they worked their way up to 14 minutes.
Right, because they were learning to hold their lucidity
Um,
too by either shaking or
exactly.
spinning. So say like in the dream, like say, like I said, like Bill Cosby's like, we know each other, we've known each other for years. And at that point, he's trying to suck me back into the dream matrix. That's when you have to like spin or shake because you already realize you're lucid. So you need to spin or shake that off. And as soon as you shake it off and you're back into lucidity, you do what you want.
Yeah.
And at
I
that
thought
point,
that was kind of because I have
you can set your stage. Like
ones where there'll be like a couple pages that I write, and then I'll have ones that are just half a page, like a super short one, and then I have a super long, detailed one.
this one lady described a room that she would go to where she would do all of her lucid dreaming. It was like a science room, experimenting room where she could do all kinds of things. Like they learned all kinds of tricks, like cell division and everything. A lot of this stuff came from dreams, you guys. Very
Okay,
important
I'll be back in like 5 minutes. I got to take her out of here. She's gonna try to get in the tent with candles. I'll be right back. No, not one in there.
Are you guys doing all right out there? Everybody good? Try to see how long we were on, but it told me we just started 14 minutes ago, and I know that's not right. Let's see. 28 minutes ago. Okay, so we've been on for almost a half hour. That's awesome. Yes, I definitely believe that, Jan. I had that dream that was recurring when I was young that was definitely past life connected. And it was a really scary dream. And I think we talked about that in our nightmares dreamcast once. But mom said if it keeps happening, you should write it down. And she encouraged me to start dream journaling. Well, she actually encouraged me to start dream journaling when I was very young. In fact, I remember when I was really, really little, I had a dream journal and I had a uh, great series of dreams that were in that. I lost the dream journal along the way. It's too bad. Had some really good stuff in it. But she encouraged me to start another one, and I did. And well, I was actually writing a lot of poetry and stuff at the time, so I wrote two poems about it, and they were called Last Breath. Both of them are called Last Breath. They're just variations. But the dream was very intense, and I believe I was tried as a witch And I was not a witch. I was actually an herbalist, but I got accused of something horrible and I got drowned in a river for it. So it was a very, very intense nightmare, and it would not stop bothering me until I wrote those dreams down. So mom was right. As soon as you write that stuff down, it helps to release it too. So yes, I do believe that some dreams have deep, deep past life connection. In fact, if you study any Edgar Casey was known as the sleeping prophet, and mom loved to study his work too. Um, Dad was not so much of a fan, but mom really, really liked Edgar Casey. And she said that Edgar Casey he lost his brother when he was really young in an accident on the lake. The boy, I think both boys were out on the ice and the ice broke and he lost his brother in the ice. Couldn't get, they may have got him out, but he ended up dying of pneumonia or whatever. And Edgar Casey was so upset about it that he would go back out to the lake and sit by a tree and just stare at the lake and cry because he missed his brother. So he would sit and he would have um, he would try to do lucid dreaming, I guess, early back then. And so he said he talked to an angel in his dream, and the angel said that he could have the power of helping others by dreaming. And so he went with it and he started working with other people. Like when they were sick, he would do these dream states where he would dream on the problem of whoever he was working with and he would figure out how to solve the problem in the dream state, which it worked really well. And in one of his cases, there was a man who was a chronic bedwetter and he had just wet the bed all his life and he was in his 50s and him and his wife had sought out Edgar Casey to see if Edgar Casey could help them. And so Edgar Casey uh, went into a dream state and dreamed on this man. And he came back with this knowledge that he said that the man was a former witch judge. He was involved in the witch trials and had drowned. He was actually executioner and had drowned many witches or accused witches. And so, because of that, he had carried that guilt into the current life and he was a bedwetter. And so, Edgar Casey's dream to cure him was for his wife to sit with him while he slept. And she was to tell him that it was okay, that he was forgiven in this life. He was not, he was, that wasn't something he was doing anymore, and that he was forgiven for that. And that helped him, and he was able to stop. Um, so yeah. And then there was other ones too that he did all kinds of wonderful sleeping dreams too. He did one for a little girl that they thought she had had mental disabilities and they were just about to give up on her. She was really young and they couldn't get her to learn. So they were about to take her to an asylum. Back then everybody went to an asylum. So did people with tuberculosis and people with mental illnesses and people with mental handicaps also went to those asylums. So this poor girl was destined for the asylum, so it would seem. And they, as last resort, asked Edgar Casey to dream on her. And he did. And he found that she had an impacted tooth. And when he woke, he told them to take her to the dentist and have the impacted tooth removed. And he showed them where the tooth was going to be. And they did. And sure enough, she did have an impacted tooth. And they removed it. And guess what? Her mental disabilities went away completely. Yeah. Oh, Edgar Casey's amazing. Yeah, yeah, herbalists were, yeah, exactly. And scientists too, actually. I don't know if you guys realize that, but science back then was extremely frowned upon, and many scientists got tried as witches too because they were practicing science. And so it's amazing, like, they have all the conspiracy theories today to talk about what the government is doing, how they keep the people down, and all that stuff. It's been going on forever, even in ancient times. The kings and queens were holding the peasants down too, always stepping on them, always. So, have you guys been having any dreams lately? Yeah, Agar Case is amazing. But there's so many people out there that have done amazing things that came from dream visions where I mean you can just go and do all kinds of great things. We read about this one gal that was a tennis player and she she wasn't that good at it. She was just starting out and she was trying to get better at it. And they were getting ready to have their tournament and so she went home and she lucid dreamed on it that night and she learned everything about serving and all of the all of the ways to play tennis. Like I don't know tennis expert at all, but she became really good at it in her dream. And in her dream, she played the tournament and she won in the tournament. So then she went the next time to the tournament. They ended up going to the tournament, and she won. And her coach was like, "How did you do that?" And she said, "Well, I learned it in a dream." I think it's because if you can hold that feeling and also because in your dream state you have more time to work with too, like you can stop motion everything if you want to, like once you're lucid you can hold things still and really get around and see how you're actually hitting the ball or serving the ball, and so you can check your mistakes and all of that stuff too and figure out the best ways to go about it.
I'm back.
That's
I was
so
just
neat,
listening.
studying for your homework in your dreams. Hi, Tam.
Did that help you study? I mean, did you get good grades doing that? I did have a lot of school dreams when I was younger too. And when I was out of school, I still did have school dreams.
Yes,
I
of
read
course,
I read
Jan. You
tons
can
about.
always share your dream.
Yeah, Jan.
Tell
We'd love to
tell
hear
us about your dream.
anybody. Um,
Hey, Jan, if you want to make any dream videos too, we are still looking for people to. And Faye and Sawyer's World, you guys, we're all trying to work on making that Dreams and Visions as a collaborative playlist. So we want to challenge you guys
I'm gonna
to
do one too. I'll do one
yeah,
talking about a dream or something.
make dream videos, make a dream journal, make a dream pillow, make a dream tool. And we've talked about plenty of different dream tools. You're actually looking at one right now. This is the dream prompter, which you can find in our dreams and visions playlist too. So, and it's got all the elements on it. And so then you set it up like this, and then afterwards you put it next to your bed. Of course, I wouldn't recommend leaving the candle lit or the incense burning while you do that, but um, you want to put it so it's facing like this is facing north is that way. So we have north here. And so you want to make sure it's directional. But a word of caution, do not put it on your pillow. I made this mistake and north, I was sleeping to north
Oh,
at the time. So
right.
when it was on my pillow, my head ended up
Have
here.
a good night, Sawyer World.
Well, have a good night, you guys. Thank you so much for coming and joining us.
Yeah,
Really
you can do
appreciate you.
anything to do with dreams that you want. It could be a dream poem, whatever you got to do with dreams. It doesn't matter what it is.
Oh no, Jan, you just make a video and then I'll take the link and put it in there. We can put it in there.
Yeah, like you just go like you're gonna make a video and then talk about your
Mm-hmm.
dream, and you can share it on here too if you want to type it out. But just talk about it, and then she'll share your link in the list, the
Yeah.
playlist that she
Yep.
has.
Yep. It's just like in our food thing too. Like when we do the fairy food stuff, we always encourage people to copy us. Make a copy, do a recipe or make a little spin off of the same recipe. And if you do it, then we'll use your video and put that link in our description for the one that we made. So it kind of, that way when people hit on it, like potato soup, the last time I checked had almost 1,000 views. That was a really good show. And you know who else did that was Tammy
Dream Glip. That
Minda.
sounds
She made potato soup. She did a really good recipe.
nice.
And also Jesse Greenhagen did one too. Did you do one too, Tam? I forget.
No, I made the soup, but I didn't make the video. My kitchen wasn't clean enough to my filming.
Well,
Hello, Amit.
Amit Clairsentient Oracle Wizard. Cool name. How are you?
Very cool. Yeah, she's talking about doing a video of invoking the dream glyph that she has in her shop. That sounds amazing. I don't know what a dream glyph is.
What is
I
a
should
dream
know.
glyph? I want to know more about a dream glyph.
She's talking about making a video of it.
That sounds
That would be
awesome.
awesome.
Eh?
Oh, it's Lady Elite. I was like, something looks familiar about this person.
Oh, did you make a new channel or did you just change your name?
Or both. I don't know.
And what does Amit mean?
Sounds I don't know.
Yeah,
Like
I
another
know what a
language.
glyph is, but I've never heard of a dream glyph. That sounds really, really cool.
That's awesome. Yeah. I
In
can't
fact, I
wait to
was
see
going to
that.
tell you.
That would be neat.
So, like in those early dreams, when I first started keeping a dream journal, one of the very first dreams that I remember very vividly that I wrote down in that dream book was about glyphs, actually. It was about hieroglyphs specifically. So, it was in Egyptian times. And it was like I was actually in the glyphs, like, you know, and come to think of it, back then I was really, really young. I mean, we're talking like maybe 7 or 8 years old. So I didn't know a whole lot of Egyptian stuff back then. Like, and we didn't have like access to, like National Geographic. We had public television, but we didn't have like Encyclopedia Britannicas or anything like that to really study Egyptian stuff. But for some reason, this dream came to me. And in this dream, I was in the glyphs, and it was during an Egyptian trial. And I didn't really know what was going on at the time. I just knew that there was something going on and that my heart they took out my heart and put my heart on a scale, and they were weighing my heart to see if it was going to be good or bad. And what I knew is that if it was bad, I was going to get fed to this alligator. The heart would get fed to the alligator, which in turn was going to kill me. But if I was good, then I would be okay. So, but I think I woke up before the trial was over. But I had no idea what any of that meant until later. And then I realized that, that there's the horse, the god horse, and all of the Egyptian lore about the alligator that eats the heart after judgment. So it's very interesting. That's
That's awesome.
fantastic, Faye. That's exactly what we need. We need more dream tools. Love it.
Yep. Be
It is.
awesome.
And at that time, like, there was no way I could have known all that as a kid. You know what I'm saying? This is your Egyptian incarnation. That's funny. You don't need to test me. You already know. Tam, tell us more of your dreams.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah. So
awesome. Faye will definitely share that if you make a video about it. Draw us a dream glyph. We were talking about having a giveaway too, and we were gonna like organize some crafty ideas. So we're still thinking about that, but we never really finished organizing it because we didn't get any of our crafty
I need
projects.
to get on it.
But
I got my beads all in the bead box. Need to build something.
yeah, I kept thinking whatever I built, it needed to be something along the dream lines too. So maybe we should all work to build dream tools and we could do giveaways for that. That would be really cool.
Yeah, I want to try to make the little dream pillows sometime. And I know mugwort's a good one, but it all depends on what kind of dreamer you are, what you need to go into your little pillow for herbs. Oh, yeah, no hurries whenever you get to it.
Yeah, it's fine. I figure whenever we all get some projects done, then we could do a giveaway for that. I know you just did a giveaway too, didn't you? She just hit 1,000 Ks too, so
Oh, nice. Congratulations, Faye. That's awesome. Yeah, we should definitely work on that maybe when you get back or something. Because we've just been procrastinating on our contest, but we need to do it.
you know what's funny, Lady Lee, my neighbor Deb, she asked me the other day too. She's like, I think it was last year, she said, I'm surprised you don't have any little fairy houses all over the place. And I said, Deb,
Oh, we're
everything
gonna
here is
make one
it's a
too.
giant fairy house. The whole garden is designed for
Yeah,
fairies, small fairies. It's
we
all
have one of
adorable.
them little. I think you can get them at the dollar store, but we're gonna get a few other things. We have a little. Oh, I totally lost what I was saying. Oh, a little birdhouse, and then we're gonna plant some stuff around it and make one. Which reminds me all of a sudden, and I hope it's like
That's a
at
fun
our
project
parents'
for the
house.
girls.
I have a cool ferry. It's an old ferry, and it's like that. What's it called? The Pantene, the antique looking stuff.
Hmm.
But I was send that to you if I can ever find it. But it's at our parents' house. But I've had it for a long time. It probably is old. It's like brass or metal or something, and then it's got green. The Pantene. It probably is old. It's not the fake
Hmm.
kind. But yeah, all of a sudden the fairy like popped in my brain, and I was like, "Where is that fairy?"
Ooh, exciting trip to New York. Patina, she said. That's how you say it.
Awesome. Yes, that's it. Yes, yes. Because I just won a patina necklace, but it's the newer kind. But the fairy really is patina, like the old kind.
That's awesome. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I'll do another dream prompter and then like do another Am I Dreaming card and maybe a little exercise chart too, like a
Oh,
dream
you could just
school
throw
thing.
in seeds. Oh, you know what works good, Lady Lee, is what are they called? Chicken hens work good for little fairy because they're pretty easy to move around and
Hen
have
and
them in the
chick.
house or whatever you want. Yeah, did I say it backwards?
Chicken hens.
Chicken hens. Chicken hens.
What about the chicken roosters?
Watch out for the chicken rooster. I don't think he grows right.
Oh, Lady Lee, there's so many videos about building fairy houses on YouTube. Drink-
Yeah, but yeah, you could just throw in some seeds of random, get some dollar store seeds and just a little bit of dirt and throw them in there. Doesn't have to be anything. And then you can create your own. That's what I figured we would do here. Just some
Yeah,
random plants
we've
that you
always
can
been
grow in the
big
house
fans
for
of the
now because
whole
it's
work
still
with
get
what you
cold.
got kind of thing. So whatever's clever.
Yeah, always work with whatever. Yeah, there's lots of moss. I can go pick moss off of different things around here.
When we lived in an apartment, we had a balcony, and I don't know if you have a balcony, but we grew because we didn't have a place for a garden. We just got a bunch of like window pots, those long window pots, and we filled them up with dirt and planted sunflowers in them. And they grew like about as tall as my knee. They were little bitty. And they were mammoths too. That's
Nice.
the thing. But being in a small pot like that, they didn't have any room to stretch. So they only grew like that tall. But they flowered. And do you know what? Bees and butterflies
Awesome.
came and hung out anyway. And I was like, wow, that's pretty neat.
That's awesome.
So after that, like
Yeah, because you
it's always practice. Even when you're in an apartment or a small house or if you rent or whatever and you can't properly garden, then you do what you can with your house plants and things like that too.
nice. Dan's gonna tell us about her dream. Yeah, you have boys, don't you, Lady Elite? I even seen cool little uh boy fairy houses with gnomes and stuff, or gnome houses or whatever they're called. I don't know. For boys, 'cause I was thinking about making them with my. I have a ton of nephews. Jan's telling us
I
about
know
her
I'm
dream.
reading it, waiting for the next part. Gnome homes, yeah. Yeah, and for
Yes,
boys
gnome homes. That movie's cool. It's called
you can do
Gnome Alone.
gnome alone, yeah. You can do wizard craft stuff too for boys. Boys actually
Yeah,
enjoy
that
it
would work
too.
too. You
And they
could do
can make
little
like
frogs
a
or whatever.
crystal
Gnome
garden
home.
or yeah, a little toad garden.
Yeah, I like that Gnome Alone. That was a cute movie.
Oh, when did he see that? Send that.
Excuse me. Yeah, Lady Ali, I don't know if you've seen that movie, Gnome Alone, like Home Alone, but it's Gnome Alone. It's really cute. I watched it with my daughters not too long ago. That's awesome. That sounds really cool. And I did see they started selling them at Walmart, those little air plants. I don't think they were very much. I was surprised that Walmart had them. I was like, what? I should have bought one, but I was like, I don't know what to do. I guess it just grows in the air. They're up there towards the front, but then I don't want my kids breaking them because they try to grab things all the time. And my 1-year-old was running amok, so I was like, ah, maybe next time. Yeah, the little air plants. They have them in Walmart now. And we're in Washington, and usually Washington gets things late. Still gotta read her dream. Let's see.
Oh, so what happened next? Okay.
Ladies got paid for love, she says.
Oh, gotcha.
Could be. Yeah, Washington's always seems to be like the last place to get anything. Like, Barry always has stuff before me because they just get stuff.
Did you ever realize in that dream that you were dreaming, Jan?
She woke up laughing. Nice.
Yeah, it's funny because usually in a dream, when you do realize you're dreaming, like I said, somebody will try to convince you that it's completely normal, whatever it is. Like, say you're walking along and all of a sudden the floor is squishy, and you're like, "Well, the floor's squishy. I think I'm dreaming." And then somebody will be like, "No, it's because it's been raining for 10 days, so that's why the floor is squishy." And then you'll be like, "Oh, yeah, I guess it has been raining." And even if it wasn't raining, you can all of a sudden hear the rain and thunder outside. It's like that dream just sucks you back into the dream matrix.
I don't know if they're succulents, fake productions. I just know that there's air plants and they're in a, like a glass, almost looks like an ornament, and then there's like the little plant on top, and it does kind of look like looks like a little baby cactus aloe vera or something. Um, have you seen those, Terry?
Uh, are you talking
The
about
little
the?
air plants. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I have
They
seen
have
those.
them in Walmart now. I just seen them in Walmart.
I seen them. They've been putting them in Etsy in those little tiny little glass
Yeah,
jars.
not they had them right up at Walmart. I mean, the glass was probably the size of a bigger ornament. I should have just grabbed one. It looked pretty cool. I don't know how much they were though either.
I think you just
I don't
spray
like to
them.
buy things when I don't know how much they cost.
Probably about $5, maybe 10. I wouldn't think more than that. But I
Yeah,
think
but
spray them.
next time at Walmart, I'm definitely gonna get one. Hopefully,
That
they
was
still
your
have.
dream today.
Which I
That's
thought was
funny. I wonder what did you eat anything right before you dreamed that dream? Because before I dreamed of the Bill Cosby thing, I ate a bowl of sugar puffs.
you try to only work with dead plants. I used to be good with plants, and then sometimes I'm bad. And I did just replant all my plants, and so now they seem happy.
Do you know what, Faye, though? Mom told us when we were little that we should never bring dead flowers in the house. She said you could press flowers and that was okay, but bringing dead flowers in the house was bad. Or if you have like a bouquet and it dies, I mean, they are dead flowers. So eventually they're
But
gonna
we
die.
always use them. Like when Rainy brings a little bouquet in, we always use whatever.
Well, Mom said that if you keep those dead flowers, that you keep the dead spirits of the fairies that took care of the flowers. And usually they're angry because their flower got cut down.
But what if you're gonna use them? Like hollyhock tea or
Then you need to press them. If you press them, it's okay.
a
Um,
hollyhock tea. Make the tea out of them.
well, we make tea out of them. Yeah, that's a little bit different, I think. I don't actually kill the plant. I just take the bloom.
What about like using like dead chamomile for a pitcher or something?
Yeah, I think if you turn it into something else, it's a little bit different.
Yeah, because
But
that's why she keeps them. But she likes to arrange them too. She makes the weirdest arrangements on the table with her flowers.
oh, like little mandalas and stuff.
Yeah, like her own little pattern, the way she wants it. Yeah, and mom does have a lot of pressed flowers she never used.
Yeah, all those books,
There's a lot of them.
the big books always had them. I bet you if you
Yeah,
go through her big books, they'll
phone
fall
book.
out.
Yeah, they'll probably fall out. They're probably really crispy by now and dusty. Yeah, and I always keep my rose petals for to like I'll burn them in the pan, like water. Like I'll put them in the pan to float with water, like on our wood stove and stuff for the smell, for the fragrance. I pretty much use all the dead flowers, but Rainy likes hers too. She has the angel plant in there, and I was talking about it, and she's all, "No, that's my plant, Mom. That's not yours." I'm like, "Okay." Yeah, Yeah, like I have the corsage rose from our wedding from my husband, and then I was supposed to put it on. Our little sister made me out of our flower crown, my flower crown, not his. But she made me a flower crown out of baby's breath and something else. Then after the wedding, I gave it back to her because she was gonna make something for me, and she made a sun catcher with a prism in it. But I can never. I need to hang it where the sun doesn't come in here very well. So I need to hang it where it shoots prisms. Right now it's just in the middle of my, like between my living room and my kitchen.
Those are cool. I need to get one of those. I saw at the place where I pick up those crystals, they have some of those that they get off of, I think they get them off of those crystal lamps, really pretty ones.
Yeah, you should make one. You'd be good at it.
Oh,
Mom just made them with like those crystal beads.
these are like off of old time lamps and they sell them for like $3. They're really not that bad. You just would have to put a little sucker cup on there.
Oh, okay. There's just a hook on mine. I don't even have a sucker cup.
Yeah, I think I still have rose petals that father gave me in my jewelry box. So I totally understand that sentiment thing too. Oh, I bet that's what did it, Jan. That Dolly Parton song.
You have a zombie plushie that hangs. What's a zombie plushie? That sounds cool. A zombie. I have to look at it. I'm assuming it's like a zombie, a bee. Is it a zombie bee? I don't know what that is. It sounds cool though. I used to make dream catchers too, and I haven't done it forever, but I was thinking about getting stuff to make them. I used to make them quite a bit.
Oh, not in streaming shape? Well,
Oh, you're not.
do like we do. We're not on camera. We're just get a candle, put a candle up and put your camera up and call it done.
Yeah, we're just
People like
randomly
watching
talking about
candles. It's all fun.
random,
Welcome, Rant Jam.
talking about flowers and dreams.
Have you had any cool dreams lately? How's your dreamers exercises going?
Oh, that's cool. But is it like a zombie, or is it like a bee, like bzz, or is it like a zombie? That's what I was confused about. Is it like zombie, or is it like a bzz zombie?
The kids have a little like voodoo doll zombie thing that it's like a little keychain zombie.
Maybe that's what she's talking about.
It looks like, well, it's made with like wrapped thread, so it kind of looks like a little voodoo doll, but it also kind of reminds me of, hey, do you remember those little Indian dreamer things that you could get? They were little tiny dolls and they came in a little bag. I'm pretty sure they were from India and they were made with wrapped thread and there was like a
Yeah.
whole family of them and they were,
What are they called? Were they called
no,
voodoo
they were
dolls?
like
What were those
dream
called?
the
We had
dreaming
those.
dolls. They were little dreaming dolls and you would
Yeah, we had them. I can't think of what they're called.
they would
We had those when we were little.
keep bad dreams away.
Yeah, I
I,
don't know what
I
they were
wanted
called, but I
some of those,
remember
and
them.
I haven't
I
had one of
had
those
one that
since I
was
was a
dressed
kid.
in like orange and turquoise, I think.
Yeah, they're really neat. They would come in different colors, and they were just wrapped thread little
Yeah, I've
tiny
seen them in
things.
red and blue. I wonder what they're called. How do you find those? Those
I
are
think they're
cool.
just little dreamy dolls, dream dolls. Maybe we could make some of those too.
That would be cool. Yeah, they're just made with thread or something. And
Thread
what
and
I
a little
think
bit
if
of
we took
material.
I thought we might have took one apart and it was like cardboard underneath or something.
Maybe like they just wrapped it around a little
Like
piece.
little, like they used the old paper towel roll thing or something to make them toilet paper
Yeah.
roll.
Can you imagine
I'm
there's
pretty sure we
probably
took one apart. We're
sweatshops
like, what's
somewhere with a
inside
bunch
this
of little
thing?
kids making those worry dolls. There you go. Thank you, Faye.
That's what it was. Yes, worry dolls. Like I know it wasn't voodoo dolls, but for some reason that's all I could think
Well,
of.
that reminded me of that because the boys have those little thread wrap voodoo doll things that look like zombies. I think one of them looks like a pirate or something. I don't know. They're just
Is it like a new age worry doll then?
probably
Does it
something
or is
like
it
that. It's
wrapped
like
with
on a little keychain.
you have to show me later, that's cool. Yeah, we want to make the little pillows that go next to your bed or whatever too.
Little
I want my
herb
2-year-old
sachets.
yelling. I'm gonna go see if my husband needs help. I'll be back. Yeah, I think they are South American. That would explain the colors they pick. Yeah, I think you're
Jan,
right about
do
that.
that. Make a dream catcher. Make a video on your dream catcher.
I'll be right back.
Sachet. It is a great word, isn't it? Love that word. Yeah, dreaming tools are really cool. And then there's dreaming crystals and there's dreaming herbs. And we went over a lot of those topics in the previous Dreamcasts too. So we've got a lot of information that we pulled and studied and brought to the table. Of course, I can't remember everything that we did already. It's just there's a lot of them. Can't remember how many's in the list either. Tam and I have hosted a lot of shows. We're way over 100 now. Some of the shows are better than others too. I mean, some of them are so relaxing that you might pass out while you're listening to them. But I was showing neighbor Deb one of them that we were doing. I think it was the food dreams one, and she was talking about Tam was talking about bathroom dreams and how what bathroom dreams mean when you get in the bathroom in your dream. Riding south to Oregon. It's an awesome idea, Jan. If you're good at making dream catchers, that would be great. If you want to be a part of the giveaway and give one away too, just let us know. We'll be glad to put you in the list, if you want to try to gain more supporters. I don't know. Lately, algorithms have been just terrible over here. I'm so sorry, guys. It's just how it is. Silly algorithms. Yeah, crafting is great. But I also liked your talks about your ghost hunting experiences and stuff too. I think that's also cool. There's a lot of paranormal channels out there too. In fact, we know a couple of good ones. You might know them too. We follow uh, A View from the Middle, which is great paranormal channel, and What's Up Paranormal. And I believe we probably still
Have a
follow
great night,
Brian's Paranormal
production.
too. Yes, good night, Faye Productions, and safe
And safe
passage.
travel.
Safe passage to you, darling. See you again soon. I can't wait to see your dream glyphs. Looking forward to your dream glyphs. And congratulations again on 1K. That's exciting. Hopefully tomorrow you'll
I'll
wake
see
up
you
and
soon.
you'll have a community tab. That would be awesome.
Yeah, that was Where are you going?
Huzzah.
What does that mean? When you guys were saying that, I was like, what are they talking
It's
about?
a Renaissance fair thing.
Oh, I thought
Everybody,
it was like genie. Like a
no,
genie.
it's
That's all I could think
Renaissance.
of.
When you do Renaissance stuff, you say huzzah all the time. It's really, it kind of
Uh,
just like hello and goodbye and everything. Huzzah.
nice.
Yeah, and deity paranormal too. Yeah, we do have a few paranormal channels. That's one thing about over here is that you see people from all um, kinds of channels, different channels. Like we follow a lot of people, and a lot of people follow us, and we don't. We're not trying to hold back. We want people from all over the world, and people from all ages, and we want to be able to say yes. We have 50% female and 50% male watching. It's a good thing to have that.
Oh, no, those are Sister's Valentine's. She'll get mad if I take those. I'll get in so much trouble. She's keeping
Well,
those
Lady Lee, have a
Valentines.
good night, hon. I just now saw that you're leaving. Rest well, darling. That's funny. It's 11:12 here. Hi, Joopy. Joopy cutie.
Trying to get in. She's like, let me in there in that tent. I need to look at those candles. I'm like, no. Trying to get her sister's
Wait, you're burning
Valentine's.
candles in a tent?
Sister would be super mad. She gets so sorry. I moved them.
Won't that,
You play
it
the
won't
piano?
set the tent on fire?
I'm in here. That's why she's not going in there.
Oh,
I'm not in the tent. I'm on the outside of the tent. I do fit in the tent, but I'm kind of tall for it. If I were a hunchback, it would work. You say hi, Jupiter? She likes to say show. Show? Show? Like, that's not my show. I'm not going to say it. Show?
Jan, do they
Sure.
not have
Yep,
a
show.
Renaissance fair that comes to your area? Surely they've got
To
one
me?
there. Renaissance goes everywhere.
Oh, they have one there. It's sometime around barter fair season, so it's probably coming up.
Ours is in September, and it runs
Fall.
all through September, and I think the first 2 weeks of October, if I remember
Yeah, I
right.
think ours is before yours because of the weather or something. I'm not sure, but I think ours is in maybe August or July.
Yeah.
I know ours runs earlier than yours, but I don't know when. I can't remember. It might be July.
When we went last year, we went on like one of the last weekends that you could possibly go, and it had rained so bad before that, and it's all like outdoor stuff. They like
Oh
have
yeah, I remember
the way they
that.
have it set up out here is they leave it permanently set up, and then they just go back like every year they go back, and then they put all the stuff together. Like everybody goes out there and puts their booths. And father he has twin brothers, and both of them run booths. One runs a leather booth, and the other one runs a jewelry booth. So they're both working on stuff while they're there too. Like they work on jewelry and they work on leather work. And one of his brothers actually had to fix my leather sandals when I went the year before, and I broke a sandal, and I thought, well, I'll just buy another pair of shoes. So I started looking around for some more shoes, and all of them were like way, way pricey. Like they had these really cool leather shoes at this one leather shop, but they were like $400 for these little booties, and I'm like, I mean, they were made really well, but there's no way. welcome. Where's Jeremy?
Hi, where's Jeremy?
And actually, no, I'm not. But it's okay if you are. I don't consider myself
Yeah.
pagan, but
No, but it's okay.
I have
Sorry.
friends that are pagan.
Sometimes I just like to be a dragon.
400.
Ramsey, holy cow, 400. I don't know what that means.
Did you light a candle up, Rant Jams? I'll send you an invitation.
We read cards. Um, we don't have a set day, but Barry reads tarot cards and I read oracle cards.
Yep, we
Sometimes
sure do.
when we feel like it.
We sure do. And if you look in, well, let's see. I think in Fairy Reads Your Tarot, you can find some. Uh, yeah, actually, in Fairy Reads Your Tarot, you can find a couple of different uh, streams and films where we did tarot roulette.
Maybe you're not looking in the right place. But
Or you can
the
go
dream,
to
a
the
dream
Good
chat,
Sisters Live.
you're in the right place here for
If
guidance.
you look in the Good Sisters Live, go to any one of our readings and then just slide the play button along the bottom, and wherever you land, whatever card we're reading is your card.
I'll be right back, Fairy.
Okay. You need to get some more candles. Yeah, I attribute the whole twins thing to eating too many mangoes. We ate a lot of mangoes that year. And Father says, well, Father said he prayed. He prayed for another son. He wanted a son with me because we didn't have a son together yet. We have had two boys. I have a boy and he had a boy. We both came into the relationship with a boy apiece. So um, he wanted to have the son with me. And so he was praying for that. And God was answering his prayers by handing him two. So that's pretty cool. You know, Rat Jams, you could always put together like a dreamscape too. I know you're really good at that stuff too. Just put together some random dreamscape, or even just focus your camera on something dreamy. Finances and your life's purpose. Well, on Friday we do uh, Free Fortunes with Fairy and Father. So if you want to come check us out on Friday night, you can also get a reading with us then. But um, whether the cards give you an answer about these gods and goddesses and your finances is completely up to you and what the cards feel like you need to know. So, I mean, that's how it works. Yeah. Yeah, a dream theme. Yeah, you just come up with something like what you're looking at right now, Rant Jams, is actually a dream tool. It's called a dream prompter. This is a it's a Native American dream prompter that I created myself from looking at books. And then hold on, let me move some of the things so you can actually see what's going on here. So each symbol represents, this is representing air in the north. This is the north direction. So that's why we had incense there for air, which my incense burnt out. And of course, this is representing fire, and that is our
You can't go in the tent, look.
east for fire. And then water representing the south. And then earth is representing the east. So this is a dream tool that was designed by, I believe it's, I want to say Hopi, it might be Navajo, I might be wrong. I'd have to look back at my dream book. Um, but it is, the idea is it's to help you remember your dreams. It's for dream recall. So you make one of them and you can, put the elements there, and then you kind of meditate and think about what you want to do with your lucid dream. And then, of course, I would recommend putting out your incense and candle before going to bed. And oh, and I was going to tell you guys, and I started to say this before, don't make this mistake because I did this and it's really silly. Okay, so I got this all set up the first night. I was so excited about it. I took it back to my room and I cleaned it all off, of course, and all that was left was the cloth. And this cloth is actually just, you can see it's just a torn sheet. I actually cut the sheet, but it was a very old antique sheet. I keep them.
Spray you can seal it,
I
right?
keep, huh?
Some sort of spray you can seal it so the color don't leak.
I did. I sprayed it with hairspray, like a to matte finish it,
They
but I
make
did.
it at, I'm
You're,
pretty sure
you're talking
Walmart
about
has
matte
it.
finish. I don't own any matte finish, but hairspray works too. So I did that to kind of
There.
seal the colors a little bit. But what I was going to tell you is here's the mistake that I don't need to make. So I had this all cleaned up and there was nothing left but the cloth, right? And so I thought, well, I'm going to lay it on my pillow. And then surely I'll have some really good lucid dreams if I lay it on my pillow because it's all like charged up with this energy, right? So I laid it on my pillow, and at the time we were sleeping north. So this was the north direction, and I laid it across my pillow, and my head was here, right here, on the dream prompter. So that night, which
Oh,
you see what that is, it's water. So that night, I dreamt that I was stuck in the water, and I was like drowning in water all night. It was
God,
the
that's
terrible dreams of water and being stuck in the water, and I couldn't get out. And when I finally did wake up for Earth, I realized that I was sleeping with my head in the water. Like, of course, the water wasn't there, but because my head was in that spot where the water energy was, I dreamt of water all night. That's awesome. Jeremy, are you keeping a dream journal? Yeah, Father gets music from dreams too. And once he dreamed about this really cool guitar that had like a crazy neck on it that was like impossible to play, but he was still playing it in his dream. It's pretty neat. Yeah, spring equinox is a really good time for all that renewal stuff too, you guys, and the balance of everything too. Yes, dream journals are extremely useful. In fact, let me go get mine. I want to show you what I've been working on. Okay, move this candle out of the way for a second. All right, so here is my dream journal. I actually sketched out my, it's very cartoony, so don't judge my terrible art, but this is my spirit animal. And so here's how I found my spirit animal. I think I read this to you guys last time, but I'll read it again. So I think this was in July of 2018 because that's when we first started working on our spirit dream animals. So Breathing deeply somewhere in the beginning of July, found the path in my mind. The secret trail looks like the original trail to fairyland, the lightning bug trail, which you can find those um, videos, find the lightning bug trail in our woodland walks playlist. So then you'll actually see what the trail looks like that I was dreaming about or meditating about. The path is small and thick with wild plants and trees. The tree branches touching each other above the path. Green light energy surrounds the trail. At first, there is a bluebird flying through but does not stay. Next, out hops a rabbit, but it does not stay and hops away. Next, there is a turtle, but it does not stay, continuing its journey idly. I keep walking, and now there is so many creatures flying, crawling, hopping along the sides of the path, but none of them stay. At last I ask, which one of them is my spirit dream animal? I continue walking. From out of the center of the path appears a saber-toothed tiger. The tiger comes to me and licks my hand. I pet the tiger and love the tiger. I am thankful of the tiger's love and guidance. So now I have a commentary that I've written here, which is um, the meaning of the saber-toothed tiger. So here is the commentary, and this came from sabertooth.wordpress.com. A lineage of men and women of knowledge, or seers, which originated in ancient Mexico, regarded saber-toothed tigers as being with an outstanding capacity to perceive non-ordinary realities. The sages of this lineage affirmed that such capacity is directly related to the saber-tooth's breathing, which is very deep and expansive. For them, breathing in this manner enables the body to call in on the force that binds everything in the universe together, a force they call intent. It is intent that allows anyone who taps into it to enter non-ordinary states of perception. The seers of ancient Mexico called these states dreaming, the art of dreaming. It is an art, and it can be practiced while one is awake or asleep. Mastering it, however, takes a lifetime of the most arduous discipline and purpose. Seers referred to this kind of purpose as unbending intent, and affirmed that saber-toothed tigers possessed such unbending intent that they did not actually go extinct. According to those men and women of knowledge, some members of that genus transferred their awareness through dreaming into another realm of perception. It is not they who are imprisoned, seers say, but us. Each one of us, however, if we so desire, can reclaim our rightful legacy as travelers of awareness, and just like that saber-toothed tiger of intent, dream our totality into a new realm of perception. The name given to this realm by the seers of that lineage is total freedom. So that is the work that I've been doing. And another little thing that I've been doing too is writing down exercises. So this exercise right here in the front is, you can see at the top I've written, I am dreaming. Instead of am I dreaming, I've written I am dreaming. And notice I put the wings for intent on flying. So here's a dreamer's counting exercise that I want all of you to learn. It's really easy. It's just like counting sheep. So basically, am I dreaming? 1, I am dreaming. 2, I am dreaming. 3, I am dreaming. 4, I am dreaming. 5, I am dreaming. 6, I am dreaming. 7, I am dreaming. 8, I am dreaming. 9, I am dreaming. 10, I am dreaming. And you continue this exercise. Try to get to 50. Most people don't make it to 50. They'll fall out before that. So the idea is to take the words I am dreaming into the dreamscape with you. And that way you can find your lucidity faster. So our daughter gave me this book actually, and she wrote "Don't Panic" right there in the front. And then she also wrote "Time is an illusion, lunchtime doubly so." So that's about as far as I got in this book. And then I've also been working on some like uh random stuff too.
That's cool. I like how you wrote "Am I dreaming?" The
Did you see
calligraphy
my
looking
tiger?
type
You
one.
didn't see my tiger. I think you were gone. It's don't judge me. It's terrible art, but
I'm gonna start drawing in mine too. That looks
yeah.
good.
And that's what they said too. They said when you're dream journaling, don't worry about it because for the most part, people are not going to see this art. Like you guys are lucky I'm showing this to you. Only because you guys are such good
Yeah,
friends. And because you've watched
exactly.
this long, if you've watched this long, then you get the rare privilege of seeing my dream journal, which is pretty personal. They are very personal. So understand if it's hard to share it. But if you make one and you feel like you want to share it, would be great to uh, have your dreams um, in our dreams and visions playlist.
Right, I have to get off here soon. I think my kids are driving my husband nuts.
Are
It's
they?
kind of funny, but
No, time does
well, the
not work
4-year-old
different in
speaks
the
fast.
dream state. Rant Jams, you must have missed that chapter. The study concluded that time is exactly the same in a dream state as it is in our current state. And a lot of people would say or argue differently, and they say, "What about those dreams that you have where you're like, okay, I dreamed that I was having dinner, and then the next moment I dreamed that I was having breakfast." Okay, well, it's like a time snap, like the same thing that happens in the movies. Time doesn't actually change, though. If you're lucid, uh, they
What if you went into a
the
portal?
dreamers actually figured out that in the case studies that if you're lucid, then you'll know that those seconds are exactly the same. They they did it with learning to do eye movements. So basically, they would tell the dreamer in the lucid state, okay, when you know that you're dreaming, when you say I am dreaming and you become lucid, you're gonna move your eyes to the right twice. So you do that, and then they do that, and then they would do a countdown. They say, okay, when you know that 10 seconds has passed, move your eyes to the right again twice. And they were matching up 10 seconds for 10 seconds. Yes. Yeah, it's exactly the same time. The only weird difference is those like time snaps, which are like movies. It's the same thing as in movies. It's basically like you're getting an impression. Like the dream gives you an impression that you just had dinner because you were eating dinner in the dream, and then you're given an impression in the next scene that the alarm's going off and it's breakfast time. So it's all impression. So when you're watching a movie and that happens, we don't think, oh, well, whole freaking hours have gone by. No, we just know that it's an impression that we're given in the movie that we're supposed to believe it's the next day. So, I mean, I don't know. But those studies were done in like actual um, colleges studies. He's, forget where he got his doctorate. I have such a short term memory loss. I'm going to have to go back and listen to these again, too. There's so much information. And one thing is that when I read, that I get really relaxed when I listen to myself read, too, that I'll fall asleep listening. So I miss stuff that way, too. But I put it on the playlist and then rotate it through the playlist. Tam, I think she went back out to look at the kids. I know she said it's getting late and her husband's probably getting tired too. He had a long day. So we'll probably be getting ready here to wrap up. You ready to wrap up?
Yeah, she's being a brat.
Yeah, it's late here too, and I got to get up early
Sounds
with the
like
kids too.
she's supposed to go to the zoo with her grandma and all this stuff, but I'm like, she doesn't start acting right. I don't think so.
Yeah, I suppose you could summarize it all. Well, I don't know. It depends on how many really cool memories you have. I have so many great memories. I think that when I die, that my life flash was going to be really long. Maybe, who knows? Maybe
It's
we're
cool
in
when
life
you
flash
bring
right now.
it up, though.
I mean, that's the ultimate question. Am I dreaming? Like, that's the epitome of it.
It
Is it
does
a dream?
definitely help. The exercises have helped me a lot of remembering. Now I just got to write them down. And I've been writing them down, but I didn't have the dream journal. And I had like a book and they were all, I'm not very organized, but
Yeah,
whatever.
you
I'll
missed it
fix it.
too, Rant Jams. You'll have to go back and listen to this show too, because Tam talked about some of her dreams, and I talked about the dream that I had today where I met Bill Cosby.
Oh, yeah.
And he just
Definitely
happened to
rewatch
be
it.
in a band and he was a guitar player, which is weird. And I should have asked myself, am I dreaming right then? But yeah, go back and listen to it. It'll crack you up. It certainly cracked me up, but I don't know.
But that's awesome. You've been working on songs that you get songs from Dreams Rant Jams. I seen that earlier.
A lot of people do. They get music from dreams, art from dreams. There's a place you can go on the dreams in the dream state, especially if you're a religious person and you feel a connection with God. Then, if you've ever been there, I don't know if you know about it, but the museum is a great place. It's a museum, and anybody who is a creator has been to the museum. And the museum is everything that is and everything that will ever be. All of it is there. And you can visit it anytime you want to on the astral plane, but you just got to realize that you're lucid. Good night, Jan. You have a wonderful night, sweetheart. Thank you so much for coming in. Looking forward to your Dreamcatcher
Good
video.
night, Jan.
Unfortunately, we need to
Yeah.
say good
Thanks for
night
sharing your
too,
dream
guys.
with us, Jan. That's awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome. Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton dream. Love it. Yeah, that's really cool. So I think this was a really great show, you guys, and I want to say thank you to everyone who came in and was active in the chat. We had such great people here: Jan's Life Journey, Faye Productions, Rant Jams, Lady Lee. Um, who was that? Where's
Jeremy.
Jeremy? Yes, thank you.
Aware.
Thank you all for coming in and hanging out with us. Now, remember, if you want more information on your dreams, please check out our original collaborative playlist titled Dreams and Visions. And we want you guys to get involved in that. So make a dreaming tool or make a dream journal or just talk about one of your dreams. And if you make a video about it, we'll be glad to share it to that playlist so that it's in there for our dreamers community. And then also, if you want more information on your dreams, be sure to check out this book that we're reading too, Exploring the World of Lucid Dreaming. You can find all of those on our playlist tab, and the exercises for this you can also find on our community tab. There's a picture, and they're also in the polls. So thanks again, everyone. Thank you, Tam. It's always
Thank you,
a
Fairy
pleasure having you
Frequency.
here.
Remember to ask yourself, am I dreaming?
Yes, am I dreaming? All right. Sweet dreams,
Sweet dreams,
everyone.
everyone.
Rest well. Bye.
Bye.